Good morning, students. Today we will be starting a new chapter, that is physical features of animals. Okay, so the animal kingdom is very diverse, or you can say it is very large. These animals vary in their physical features, means their appearance. All these animals, they look different. Okay, they have different body shapes, they have different skin, their color, their ears, their food habits, and also places where they live. So every animal have different features. You can see in your surroundings like dogs, cats, snakes, or butterflies. Each and every one vary in their physical structures. Also the foods they eat. So according to their environment and food available in their surrounding, these animals, they adjust themselves with that surrounding. They adapt themselves to live in that surrounding. Suppose those animals that live in colder regions, they cannot come and live in a desert. Okay, so they are adapted to live in colder regions. They have, their skin is very thick, they have furs in their bodies. So similarly, those animals that live in the deserts, they cannot go and live in the in the colder regions. So each and every animals on this earth, they have different kind of physical features. So this huge kingdom of animals are divided into two categories. Okay, so the two divisions are called vertebrates and non-vertebrates. So now the animal kingdom, what it is divided into two categories, vertebrates and non-vertebrates. You see here page 38. The ear is a sense organ that helps us to hear. Animals can be divided into two groups. Those that have a backbone are called vertebrates. Those that do not have a backbone are called invertebrates. Most vertebrates have ears. You can see example of vertebrates such as human beings, dogs, cats. Everybody has a backbone. You can also feel in the back there is a bone, yes or no, from your neck to the your hips, there is a backbone. An example of non-vertebrates, it is jellyfish, worms. They are very soft, they does not have any backbone. So what it is written, most vertebrates, they have ears with which they can hear, they can feel things. Okay, ear is a sense organ, and most of the animals, they have it. Again, animals such as worms, sponges, jellyfish and starfish, they do not have backbones and as such do not have ears. So these animals, they does not have ear. Okay, amongst the animals that have ears, there are some with ears that are visible, called external ears, and some animals whose ears are not visible have internal ears. So external ears, like we human beings, yes, we can see our ears, no? So this is external ears. And like birds, snakes, lizards, frogs, these animals, they do not have external ears, means by looking at them we cannot say that whether they are ears or not, means it is internal. Okay, so humans do have external ears. You see page number 39 now. So page number 39, humans do have external ears, one on each side of the head. The external ears in animals vary widely in shape and size, but the internal parts are almost the same as in humans. So those animals, cats, then dogs, goat, sheep, cow, they have ears their size are different. Some are big, some are small, but internal their structure, it is same like human beings. Okay. Now, birds, snakes, lizards, and frogs, they do not have external ears but are extremely sensitive to sound. Okay, so means whenever there are voices, sound nearby these animals, they can feel it, they can sense the vibration of the sound. Now, you see the did you know part. Owls have asymmetrical ears. That means one ear is placed higher and at the other. In human beings, it is placed in the same place, yes or no? But in owls, one ear is above and one ear is below, higher and lower. So why does owls have this kind of asymmetrical ears? Because of this unique ability. Because of these ears, it helps to determine what height a sound is coming from as well as the direction. Means from where the sound is coming from which source. They can focus on that sound. Okay, because of this adaptation, because of this feature of the ears, the owl can concentrate on the sound from where it is coming, and what they do, they then go to that place and hunt the prey. Now you see the how is the appearance, how is the structure of the bird's ear. See page number 39, second para. Birds have two tiny holes in their head in place of the outer ears. Birds' ears are so powerful that even while flying, they can pick up sounds of swimming fish and crawling insects. If birds had floppy ears like we do, they would hear a lot of wind noise while flying. Most birds have their ear holes covered with tiny feathers to cut down on wind noise. Snakes and lizards can feel vibrations even though they do not have ears. You see, so birds, instead of ears like us, they have a very tiny hole on their heads. And why they don't have ears like us, external ears like us? Because when they fly, when they fly in the sky, all sorts of sound, all sort of noise they get to hear, and because of that they cannot focus on their prey or they cannot hunt. It will create problem for them. That is why birds do not have ears like us. Instead of that, they have holes that is also covered with tiny feathers, so that there is less noise pollution, there is less noise they can hear. So now because of that ear hole, they can also pick up sound of swimming fish. You have seen in TVs how the bird comes, fly over the oceans, rivers, and they simply pick up the fish from their beaks. Have you seen? Yes, you can see that they simply fly and catch the fish with their beaks and their claws, whatever they have. Means they can hear their sound while flying. Also they can just listen to them carefully. Oh, there is a fish, and that is how they hunt. Now see, snakes and lizards, all of you have seen snakes and lizards at your home. Lizards, that is they do not have ears, okay, but they can feel the vibrations. If if there is music going on, music is playing outside your house, you can feel the vibration even if you cannot listen properly the lyrics or the music, but you can feel that something is playing. Like that, this snakes and lizards, they can feel the vibrations near them of the sounds. Okay, so now those animals that have external ears, they can move their ears. Also, it helps them in different ways. Having big ears, external ears, help these animals in different ways. You see page 39, the last para. Large ears help an animal to pick up sounds from different directions. An elephant uses its thin, large ears to fan itself. The elephant flaps its ears to let heat from its body escape into the surrounding air as it moves. This helps the elephant to cool down its body. So you can see that in elephants what happens, the large ears, it helps them to listen from different direction, from far away directions also they can listen to the sound. Or also it helps to fan themselves, like we with hand fan we fan ourselves when we feel hot, like that. These elephants, they fan their ears, they flaps their ears back and front, and they cool themselves with that. See the next page, page 40. Many animals use sound as a method of seeing. Bats can hear sounds that human beings cannot and can easily find their way through pitch dark places. Whales also use sound to locate food, to find their way in the vast ocean, and as a way to keep in touch with one another. So, if like human beings, they cannot listen to the sounds that are far away. But bats, they hunt at night. Even if their prey is at a very far away distance, they can focus on that sound and then they go near them and hunt them. Similarly, in oceans, the whales, they contact each other. They talk with each other in their whale language, and they can listen where their partners are, where their friends are. Also, they can hunt for their food. To locate their food also, they use their ears. All this hunting, all are related with their ears. The capability of how they can hear the sounds of their prey. Now you see why hair and fur are important for the animals. Why does we have hairs in our body? In human beings, you can see from head to toe, we have, our skin is covered with hair. So why we have them? What is their advantage? See page 40, hair and fur. Just like humans have hair on their heads and other parts of their bodies, many animals have hair covering their body. However, some animals may have very little or no hair. Animals living in colder regions have thick fur that fully covers their bodies. The fur traps air and keeps the body warm. So, in different places, animals have different volume of hair. In an animal that is living in a desert area, they will not have fur in their body. Okay, it will feel more warm or more hot, and they cannot survive like that. But those animals like polar bears, they have thick coats, hair coverings in their bodies, because they live in colder regions and it is very cold there. All they are surrounded with ice. So they have thick fur coat type hair which keep themselves warm. Like you wear sweaters in winter. Why? Because sweaters keep us warm. It feels warm. It traps the air and it makes them warm. Like that, the fur also, it traps the air and keep it warm. Keep the animal warm in colder regions. Now you see, animals living in warm areas have less hair on their bodies to allow their skin to breathe easily and remain cool. Lions and tigers have thicker or thinner coat depending on the region they live in. Deer, giraffes, and zebras have very little hair on their bodies. So, like I said, so animals living in different parts of the region, they have different hairs. Okay, some have more, some have less. We human beings, we do not have no like far like polar bears. Do we have hairs? No. Otherwise we will feel very very hot, we will feel uncomfortable. Instead of that, we have thin layer of hairs all over our skin. It protects our skin. Animals like the porcupine and hedgehog have needle-like hair, no? Like needles you have seen, like that. So that if any other animal go and try to touch them, catch them, it stings them. This needle-like hairs. Okay, it helps them to protect themselves from their enemies. So porcupines and hedgehogs, why do they have this needle-like hair? It protects them from their enemies. If any animal comes to attack them, they simply, stings them with their needle-like hairs. Okay. So any more examples you can give for living in colder regions animals? Like yak, it lives in colder regions. But buffaloes, they have less amount of hairs. Yes. So in this, I end my chapter.